Today is the final day for ReZero Season 3 Core 1. It has truly been a wild ride, from being brigaded by hate comments in the first video I made in like 4 years to enjoying ReZero again. I'd say overall it was actually a pretty authentic ReZero experience, and I guess that's a good thing. Alright, so this episode of ReZero was quite a goodie, and it starts off with quite the surprise. Otto has a book of wisdom, which shocks literally everyone, though still needs to be repaired. So as they progress the plan, Liliana comes in, singing with Priscilla in tow. Obviously, since it's Priscilla, Al freaks out and is then sent flying into Liliana, and she proceeds to dominate him. You know, Priscilla has and will always be this character where I think she does some of the coolest stuff in the series, but not gonna lie, I do find her dominate me mommy attitude to be sort of, a bit grating at times. And you can like that aspect of her. No way I'm trying to change your mind on any of this. It's just, I'm not gonna lie about that to you. That would be wrong. Either way, she joins in on their plan, so now they have someone who is quite reliable on their side and is another candidate, of course. And this is when we get an interesting moment where Otto essentially tells Subaru he's lost all trust in Margrave. In fact, he thinks they forgave him way too early as well. And yeah, that's pretty much par for the course. I don't think anyone really trusts Roswaal at this point, but it does make the matter of the Book of Wisdom a little more curious, which is being sent in to be restored, so they hope they maybe are able to glean some sort of information and discover Roswaal's true plans. And this is where we get to a pretty hard scene to watch, I'm not gonna lie, because it has to do with how the dragon blood has affected poor Krush-sama. It covers her entire body, and she looks like she can barely even keep conscious and is in extreme pain. It does put into perspective really how evil Capella is for doing this, but also that Subaru got the least of it too. However, Subaru notices that when touching her, it transfers the blood to him, which allows Krush to get better in turn. So wanting to help Krush in any way possible, he tries to transfer as much over to him as much as he can. But Krush stops him from going any further, though to be fair, she already looks way better than she did before, just over a couple touches. Krush tells him that he must stop and allow her to face this alone, pretty much, that they need Subaru the most, even more than her. And it really does feel like Krush and Subaru are always the easiest when working together. Like, they always have each other's backs, and they're their most important allies. It's rather sweet, and honestly, I kind of ship it. We learn from Wilhelm the identity of the two attackers in robes. Apparently, one of them is Kurgan, a legendary merc who died some 10 years ago, and the other is, shockingly, Teresia von Estrella. Yep. Wilhelm's wife. And even more shocking, he wants to keep that a secret, because of course he does. Mostly, Wilhelm is partly the reason Teresia fell as the Sword Saint blessing was taken from her in the middle of a battle. And all of this was pretty crazy, and I think that it probably should be shared with Reinhard, if I'm to be honest. I think it's a tactical mistake to not let people know about this. Reason being is maybe there is some sort of information pertaining to this true knowledge that allows them to better prepare. Also, it's probably going to be hard on Reinhard, and it's better to face the truth, right? And will Reinhard even begin to trust his father again after keeping a secret like this from him? These are just a lot of questions. However, the crew plan their counterattack and first meet up with Priscilla, who will take Liliana and face Wrath so that her powers can negate Wrath's. That's a very smart choice, and honestly, I kinda can't wait to see it. Dominant woman versus mummy mommy? Sign me up, dudes. But as you guys know, this guy, no, he's not the biggest Liliana fan in this video. But after this moment where Priscilla teases her until she unleashes her inner rage, I'm not gonna lie, I think I actually kind of like Liliana now. I kind of dig her. That was a very punk rock thing for her to do, so I appreciate it. Wilhelm and Garfield, though, are in charge of taking on Lust, which surprises Garfield, who wants to stick with Subaru, but he reminds him of the scores that they still need to settle first. And finally, Subaru and Reinhard will take on Greed, which is something I absolutely cannot wait for, guys. Like, seriously, why in the hell do we need to wait for Core 2 like this? Like, really? Reinhard and Greed? That's what I need in 2024, and we're not getting that until 2025? Nah, man. This 2025, this year I keep hearing about, stupidly cursed. But they end up leaving with a good stratagem, and I cannot wait. But our final scene in this episode was pretty crazy too. First off, Regulus's wives are like Skittles, except he refuses to taste their rainbows. Also, Amelia in this dress went from having before pretty gigantic boobs to now basically watermelons. Seriously, these character designers need to be stopped. I can only take so much booba before I... Wait, no, I think I can. Go ahead, designers. Keep living your best life. Anyways, Regulus probably is an incel, so to be a wife of his, he forbids them from quite literally showing or feeling any emotion. They must be dolls for him pretty much. Just a gaggle, a rainbow of women for him to do stuff for him and I guess, or violently murder and just not show emotions. Kind of sucks, honestly. Anyways, Amelia basically rejects Regulus in one of those scenes where when I'm watching it and it is playing out, dude, I'm slowly just starting more and more to get a smirk over time. This was a great scene because this is Amelia standing up to Greed and telling him that what he believes is love is actually nothing of the sort, that she herself maybe just doesn't quite understand the role she has in love, which is obvious. I mean, Amelia thinks kissing will make you pregnant, but this eventually ends up in this amazing moment where Subaru breaks into the church to stop the wedding and save Amiria. It was all just a really good character moment for her, I think, and it really cemented her character as someone who has grown and changed. Guys, this was a pretty iconic way and a great way to end Core 2 with a cliffhanger ending to a wedding. And I'd be lying if I said I actually wasn't kinda more curious about what Core 2 will offer in terms of action, because the next core is being dubbed the counter-attack arc, which means that we should be seeing a lot more fights and really cool animation. So let me know what you guys thought about ReZero Season 3 Core 1. Did it live up to your expectations? Thank you everyone for watching along with me, and I'll see you tomorrow for a new Dawn to Dawn video. Bye-bye.